Hi, my name is Murat Kristal. I'm the director of the Tech MBA program. It's a new program that we established. I believe this is the first of its kind in Canada, and we have two similar programs in United States. It is a unique program in the sense that this program brings together how you can use technology for your business needs. In most cases, MBA students understand the basics and the principles of management and business administration, but usually fall short of how technology are shaping our world, the way that we do business. In this program, we close this gap by training or educating our technology MBA students, Tech MBA students on how technology can be used in order to change businesses, how they can achieve their strategic goals. We do have a concentration at Schulick called digital transformation specialization within our regular MBA program. However, the field of technology and how it changes the way that organizations work is vast. It's humongous. It's more than what we think of. So we thought that it would be a good idea to really take a holistic approach to the implementation of technology, how it goes hand in hand with business strategy, marketing, operations, accounting, finance, and bring those together from technology focus. And there are firms who are technology providers, like if you think of Google, Zoom, Microsoft, this is more of a technology company. So how do you evaluate them? How do you do evaluation of a tech company? That's one thing. But then again, if you are a regular company, say Loblaw, Canadian Tire, or a bank, RBC, how do you use technology to stay competitive and to change the way you interact with your customers, to change how you provide the services? Or as a manufacturer, how do you use automation? How does that impact your supply chain? So it is more than just a concentration that when one thinks deeply. And in this program, we bring all of these things together, and we still graduate business leaders. My job as a director is to launch the program, which we did. There are a lot of experiential learning components embedded in this program, which is in a way different than a regular MBA program, because in a regular MBA program, you would do school projects, or maybe if you can find an internship. But in this program, we do find internships for our students specifically. We put them into a venture studio where the students work very closely with startups. The venture studio is a collaboration between 111, which is a provincial government of Ontario funded organization that works as an accelerator. And then the Tech MBA students, they come together in this class called Venture Studio. And my involvement is to make all of those things happen, but I also designed a course in the program called Digitization of Supply Chains. So that from the beginning, course design, program launch, and now execution of the program is my role, or are the parts of my job description. There are so many parts of technology that we do not think about, and they are not maybe a 12-week course, but there needs to be something to be done for our students' proper training. Think of cybersecurity. Think of risk management. In order to be able to introduce those concepts to our students, we have, in a way, executive education style workshops that we are putting into our program. And these workshops, like a one-day workshop, two-day workshops, that is not graded, so it's not like a course, but it is like more like executive education type of endeavors. The second part is we bring executives into this program, and then they conduct fireside chats. And this is also another unique opportunity for our Tech MBA students, because what has been done, or what an executive experiences and what he shares with our group of students, is a little bit different than what you would learn in a classroom setting. So if you think about it, your coursework is going this way, but then you have this experience of talking to a CEO who just sold his company for $15 to $20 million, and now coming back to our fireside chat and then talk about how they started, how they scaled it up, how they sustained it, how they, make it larger. Those are the things that I don't think that anybody can teach it other than an executive who actually did it. So we also provide fireside chats for our students. We also provide information sessions by organizations who will hire our students. So it's not only the coursework, but these ancillary interactions, so to speak, make this program unique. We have unicorns, startup unicorns represented. We have individuals who used to be the CTOs or CIOs of large Canadian corporations. We have banks, consulting companies, insurance companies, the people that are responsible from digital transformation of insurance companies, so on and so forth, sitting in this advisory council. And what that advisory council does is three things. One, advise the Tech MBA program on what's happening in the industry to help us navigate the new developments, and then how we are going to take those new developments into our curriculum. Technology is moving much faster than academia, and then we want to make sure that our students are trained according to the latest developments, how this world is being shaped. So Advisory Council helps us identify those things. Second thing is, our Advisory Council is really passionate about our students. So as a result, they interact with the students. They provide opportunities for our students, which is very important. And the third thing is, Advisory Council members are also after talent. If you think about it, these people are professionals, and in a way, they like to get the first steps in the talent that we are producing. So they look into our students as potential employers, and then we are the conduit to make that transition happen. They are both great programs, so I don't think that anyone would make a mistake by choosing one or the other. Having said that, if you really want to immerse yourself in technology, and if you want to, like in the digital transformation specialization at Schulick, we talk about how digital transformation is done, how it impacts the organization, how you do data, how you do AI. But that's 4 courses. But if you want to really learn, how am I going to look into technology from a different vantage point, then you should do Tech MBA. The reason that I'm saying that is, you can go take a regular marketing class, and then you're going to start learning customer segmentation, this and that, right? But when you're taking a marketing class in Tech MBA, it's not only customer segmentation. How do we do A/B testing? Why do we do A/B testing? Like, if you think about it, they seem to be very practical things. Like, it's very logical to think of doing A/B testing. But even that simple concept has multiple applications when you're launching a product, when you're launching a service, when you're doing advertising. How do you position your ads? How do you reach out to your customers? What kind of email works with your customers? What kind of emails don't work with your customers? It's a different mindset. And that different mindset is drilled on you within the Tech MBA program. Schulich has a very vibrant startup ecosystem. It is led by our entrepreneurship and innovation group. It is led by Chris Carter, who's very well known in the industry. He used to be a entrepreneur himself. He's now advising so many companies. So he created a really successful environment in terms of our students to be interacting with the startups, the entrepreneurship ecosystem within Toronto. As an extension of that ecosystem, we take the best parts of what we have done so far and then put it into the Venture Studio course. And in that Venture Studio course, because we are working with 111 very closely, our students will have first-hand experience how a startup works. Because as a startup person, as a founder, you're both the janitor and the CEO of your company. That is just like, and then you're putting blood, sweat, and tears. So our students really experience that. What are the unique challenges? How satisfying it is compared to working for a larger organization. Like, it's a very fast pace of life, but at the same time, it's extremely risky. Like, you have 90% failure rate for the initial startups. But then there is another statistic for individuals who are establishing a startup first time, 90%, 95% of them fail. For those people who continue and then create a second startup, even after they fail, the success rate goes up to 70%, 80%, right? That is an interesting learning. And our students will be embedded with organizations both fail and succeed. And they will learn from both parties, right? It's not only, you don't only learn from success, you also learn from failure. And that is a unique opportunity for our students. It's going to be a small program, like it's not going to be a large program. It's going to be selective students because you need to get you want to have the best talent coming into the program. So we are going to keep it relatively small compared to our MBA program. We are going to graduate our first batch of students in 2020, end of 2024. So they're going to be getting their diplomas in 2025. And it's our hope that like these students will be selected with organizations both small and large, and they should become decision makers fairly quickly for their organization. And I don't know what that decision maker is. It can be senior manager, director, VP, but I'm hoping that our students will be fast-tracked. An ideal student is a student for us who is curious and who can connect the dots. And this is not just lip service. It is important for any student to understand what technology can do for you, because a lot of organizations get technology because everybody else is doing it. And then the implementation is not that successful, right? If you can connect the dots are, what are my business needs? Why do I need to do something? What can the technology can offer me? And how can I, connect these two seemingly unrelated things? Because when you talk about a business need, it's like a latent construct. It's not something that you see and touch. I need to reach my customers in a different way. I need to be better at communicating with my customers. What does that mean? Then the next question will be, how am I going to make that happen? Then if I'm going to do it like this, what are the tools? And all of a sudden, when you start talking about the tools, oh, there's a technology. But then if I take this technology, it's going to change the way I do business completely, because it's not going to only touch how I send the emails or how I communicate with the customers. It will also collect data from my customers. Then what am I going to do with that data? So you need to have a mindset that is inquisitive, and then who can look into those connections and establish those connections. Obviously, we would like to get good and bright students, but that does not mean that you need to be just an engineer, right? You don't need to be just an engineer. You can have an arts background. You can have a business background. You can have a science background. So the areas that you will be interested if you have a science background will be different than if you have an arts background when you're applying to this program. But that doesn't mean that any of these areas use technology in a different way within the business setting and then get really good results. So that's why when I say we are more about integrators, curiosity, an inquisitive mind, a person who connects the dots, because these are the things that are needed regardless of your background, if that makes sense for you. So we don't ask for a GMAT, okay? But we ask for a great interview from you. We want to understand why you're coming into this program. We want to understand how you frame a question. We want to understand how you present yourself. How do you go about solving a business problem? How do you go about, oh, this is something complex that is not clear. So it is up to the MBA student to make that clear and then provide a solution. Those are skills that does not depend on your educational background, but as a person, it's a personal thing, I believe.